Philippines. Welcome to Daily Note.
I'm Catherine.
And I am Kimberly, your DK reporter for today.
Today we're going to tackle about different forms of tourism. Right, Miss Kim?
Yes, partner. Today we have here 24 different forms of tourism. So let's not keep the audience waiting. Without further ado, let's get started. The first form is family tourism. Family tourism is driven by the increasing importance placed on promoting family togetherness, keeping family bonds alive, and creating family memories. Family specialized tourism is a very focused in activities such as amusement parks or hotels with entertainment programs for children and young people.
Okay, the next form would be honeymoon tourism. Honeymoon tourism is a type of tourism in which newlyweds plan well in advance, decide together a long-distance and long-duration trip. It occurs after the wedding to celebrate the marriage, where couples spend a romantic and intimate time. Could you give an example, partner?
For example, when I get married, I would love to spend honeymoon on Maldives. And when that happens, it would be a honeymoon tourism.
Exactly, partner. Next, we have gap tourism. What is the meaning of gap tourism, partner?
A gap year tourism is an extended break that some people take at a life transition, such as between studies, between study and work, or between careers.
Correct. Those wishing to take a gap year may be students who take a break after completing high school, those who take a year out after completing a degree, or individuals who wish to take a break between jobs.
Now, the next form we have here is senior travel tourism. Do you know about this, Miss Cath?
Sure I do, partner. Senior travel tourism means traveling and touring exposure to a specific age of youth. Tourists, preferably those who have retired from active employment and have a lot of leisure time in hand. For example, a field trip for seniors wherein elderly people gets to visit places.
Alright, well explained, partner. Next, I will explain the solo female tourism. Solo female travel is one of the most freeing experiences. To venture out on a road alone takes confidence and courage.
True. Also, there are various kinds of female solo travelers. One who travel where they find the time, ones who retire and travel, ones who despite having a husband or partner prefer going solo.
Indeed, partner. So what is the next form?
The next form is extreme tourism, partner. Extreme tourism is a niche in the tourism industry involving travel to dangerous places or participation in dangerous events. Extreme tourism overlaps with extreme sport.
Right. Example of these are rock climbing, whitewater rafting, bungee jumping, ice walking, and paragliding.
Absolutely, partner. Next form is adventure tourism. Do you know about this, Miss Kim?
Of course, Miss Cath. Adventure tourism is defined as the movement of people from one place to another outside their comfort zone for exploration or travel to remote areas, exotic and possibly hostile areas. Some examples include bird watching, camping, canoeing, hiking, horseback riding, and many more. Hard adventure travel is riskier and requires more skill and experience. Example include caving, rock climbing, and trekking.
Well explained, Miss Kim. Now we will go on to one of the most interesting form of tourism, which is the dark tourism. Have you heard about this, partner?
Yes, I have, partner, but I know only a little about this. Could you expound this topic, Miss Cath?
Sure, partner. Dark tourism is also known as grave tourism. Involves people taking a keen curiosity in visiting places that are historically linked to death and tragedy. Also, places that are reminders of human sufferings and bloodshed are subsets of dark tourism. That can include genocide, assassination, incarceration, ethnic cleansing, war, or disaster. For example, the famous Diplomat Hotel in Baguio, with stories talking about headless priests and disembodied Christ. Are you familiar with this place, partner?
I have seen it many times. Could you share a little information on how does this place became an example of dark tourism?
I have researched that Diplomat Hotel is one of the most haunted buildings in the Philippines because of its dark history, where the Japanese secret police called Kempeitai tortured the people here, raping the women, massacring the rest, and even beheading the nuns and priests.
Whoa, that was quite scary and interesting, but we'll have to keep going. So, the next form is doom tourism. It involves travel to places that are potentially endangered or doomed towards extinction due to natural or man-made causes. Example destination of doom tourism are Grinnell Lake and Mount Grinnell located in Glacier National Park, Montana, Everglades National Park, and Machu Picchu.
Next, we have cultural tourism. It is an act of travelers visiting particular destinations in order to experience and learn about particular culture. For example, a foreign comes to Philippines and began attending events and festivals, visit museums, and taste our local food and drinks. This is an act of cultural tourism.
Then we have medical and wellness. Medical tourism involves people traveling expressly to access medical treatment. People travel for wellness to maintain or enhance their personal health and well-being. And wellness services focus on healing, relaxation, or beautifying of the body that is preventive and curative in nature.
The most common procedures that people undergo on medical tourism trips include dental care, surgery, cosmetic surgery, and while wellness tourism trips include a variety of activities such as thermal springs, day spa and hotel spa, and exercise.
Precisely, partner. Next form is religious tourism. Could you describe this, Miss Cath?
By all means, religious tourism, also known as spiritual tourism, sacred tourism, or faith tourism, is a type of tourism with two main subtypes: pilgrimage, meaning travel for religious or spiritual purposes, then the viewing of religious monuments and artifacts, a branch of sightseeing.
Thank you, Miss Cath. Example of this kind of trips include the Hajj to Mecca for Muslims, pilgrimage to Jerusalem or the Vatican for Christians, and traveling to Bodh Gaya for Buddhists.
Just right, partner. So now, we have shared half of the forms of tourism, if I'm not mistaken, Miss Kim.
Certainly not, Miss Cath, and we will be back for more.
شيبسي جامبو الكبير كيس جديد بيفتح ويقفل عشان الطعم يفضل زي أول مرة.
DK Report.
Mabuhay, Philippines! Welcome to the Daily Note.
I am Catherine,
And I am Kimberly, your DK reporter for today.
for the continuation of our topic forms of tourism. Where were we now, partner?
Now, we will talk about the festival tourism.
Alright, what is this festival tourism, partner?
It is about exploring a region at its height of fun, amusement, cheerful crowd, and colorful spirit when the entire community is out to celebrate an event of or a festival that had been ingrained in the local tradition and culture dating back to the distant past. Examples are Sinulog Festival in Cebu, Ati-Atihan Festival in Aklan, and Dinagyang Festival in Iloilo.
Very informative, partner. Now we will go on to cruise tourism. It can be defined as a luxurious form of traveling involving an all-inclusive holiday on a cruise ship of at least 48 hours, with a set and specific itinerary in which the cruise ship calls at several ports or cities. Examples are wine cruises, golf cruises, cooking cruises, and etc.
I would love to experience that someday, partner.
Same with me, partner. So our next form will be heritage tourism.
Right. Heritage tourism is traveling to experience the places, artifacts, and activities that authentically represent the stories and people of the past and present. Heritage tourists usually visit cultural heritage attractions such as historic buildings, art galleries or museums, concerts, plays or musicals, and such like attractions.
Going on to the next form, we have nature-based tourism. It means responsible travel to natural areas which conserves the environment and improves the welfare of local people. It is tourism based on the natural attractions of an area, for example, bird watching, photography, stargazing.
Also, So, camping, hiking, hunting, fishing, and visiting parks.
Correct. Then we have wildlife tourism.
Yes, wildlife tourism refers to any tourism that involves wildlife, from swimming with the dolphins to volunteering at a turtle conservation center. Examples are safaris, zoos and aquariums, parks, and etc.
Then we have rural tourism. According to Ministry of Tourism, rural tourism is any form of tourism that showcases the rural life, art, culture, and heritage at rural locations, thereby benefiting the local community economically and socially, as well as enabling interaction between the tourists and the locals for a more enriching tourism.
Could you provide an example, partner?
For example, agriculture, forestry, aquaculture, and fisheries.
Understood, partner. Next, you probably heard about this form, ecotourism. Ecotourism is about more than simply visiting natural attractions or natural places. The term itself refers to traveling to natural areas with a focus on environmental conservation.
Yes, I heard about this ecotourism, partner. Additionally, the goal of ecotourism is to educate tourists about conservation efforts while offering them the chance to explore nature. Example destinations are Tanzania, New Zealand, Costa Rica, and Galapagos Islands.
Accurate, partner. In contrast of rural tourism, urban tourism follows. Can you define urban tourism, partner?
Of course, according to UNWTO, urban tourism is a type of tourism activity which takes place in an urban space with its inherent attributes characterized by non-agricultural based economy, such as administration, manufacturing, trade and services, and by being nodal points of transport.
Indeed, examples of these are visiting museums and galleries, attending theaters, concerts, and dance.
Correct. Next we have tourism. Miss Kim?
Tourism or slum tourism is a type of city tourism that involves visiting impoverished areas. The purpose of slum tourism is to provide tourists the opportunity to see the non-touristy areas of a country or city. One of the examples is Tondo, Manila.
How is Tondo, Manila an example of tourism, partner?
Well, partner, Tondo, Manila is known for being one of the poorest and most underdeveloped areas of our country, Philippines. Many of the city's slums are found in this area.
I see. Thank you for that information, partner. Next, we will proceed to sport tourism. Sport tourism refers to travel which involves either observing or participating in a sporting event while staying apart from the tourist's usual environment. For example, in the Philippines are the surfing in Siargao, whitewater rafting in Cagayan, canyoning in Cebu, and etc.
Then we have volunteerism. The term volunteerism is a combination of the words volunteer and tourism. Volunteerism is a form of tourism in which travelers participate in voluntary work, typically for a charity. Example activities of volunteerism are teaching, environmental conservation, and youth development.
That was a very thoughtful form of tourism, partner.
Yes, it is, partner. Lastly but not the least, we have gateway tourism.
Now this one is called tourist gateway. It is a place or settlement through which tourists typically first visit on their way to a tourist attraction or tourism region. For example, travelers who visited Hong Kong as the first stop in their multiple destination itinerary experience it as a gateway to their journey.
Well explained, partner. Now we have finished discussing the forms of tourism. We hope today's episode is helpful and you will be back tomorrow for more daily knowledge.
Once again, I am Catherine,
And I am Kimberly.
your daily reporter for today's episode. Now signing out. Thank you for being with us and have a great day ahead.
Bye!